Well, cheers to the weekend. And for everyone who loves supporting locally produced products, well, you might notice this weekend it's easier than ever to order a locally made beer. News 4's Dave Graber has this tasty news story for us tonight on a Friday. Dave?
Well, Nalina, it is all about taste when it comes to craft breweries. They're popping up all over. Beer tourism, it's called. That means whether you're an established brewer like the Flying Bison or a newbie like the Rusty Nickel, business is not only good, it's thriving. Like foam in a pint glass, your chances of getting a bottle of locally produced suds continues to rise. The upward trend across the state is happening here in a big way. Last year, the craft brewing industry grew by nearly 60%, pumping more than $3.5 billion into the state's economy. Tim Herzog is the founder of one of the first craft brewers in Western New York, Flying Bison, which just moved to its new space on Seneca Street last fall.
Now we have 9 breweries in the city of Buffalo. When I started brewing, there were fewer breweries than that in all of New York State.
Well, whether it's a stout, a Scotch ale, or an IPA, the thirst for craft breweries all across New York, and especially here in Western New York, is growing. While the Flying Bison is established, they're one of many that exist across the region. Others, like the Rusty Nickel in West Seneca, are riding the wave of growth. It's beer tourism, and the market is so established locally, the Rusty Nickel had customers before they were even open.
We basically turned on the lights and opened, and construction wasn't finished, but we had beer and we were ready to go. So we opened, and we had, between us and Ebenezer Ale House, who was having a big party that day, there was 1,500 people here that day. We knew people were thirsty for beer here in Western New York. We didn't know how thirsty they were, and we found out pretty darn quickly. Our very first week, we went through an awful lot of beer, more than we had ever projected. We had to cut back our hours until we caught up. Who's even heard of beer tourism? It's a thing now, and it is right here in Western New York.
Well, the Rusty Nickel has been open technically since it got its license back in March. Now, its official grand opening takes place tomorrow, meaning they use the first 2 months of their operation just to catch up to demand. They're certainly not the first to experience that, and they won't be the last. Reporting live, Dave Graber, News 4 at 10.